Hey everyone, so I figured I would do what all the cool booktubers do and finally do a reading vlog. So this is just going to be the weekend, kind of what I'm doing. Currently watching Pete the Cat. I hear my family yelling in the background. Just pardon the mess, but got a baby sleeping. And yeah, so it's July 10th. I'm actually reading on my Kindle. I don't know if you guys can see it, but Ross Jeffries, they're like very short stories. Milk, Kisses, and Other Stories by Ross Jeffries. So reading that, it's like 34 pages. So go check that one out, guys. It's on Kindle Unlimited, and I'll probably review it on my Goodreads and Amazon. And then also, you can have that. Bring it over. And then Daniel J. Volby just released. Okay, I will open it. His story, A Gift of Death. So I'm gonna go ahead and go read, guys. Oh, and then my physical copy I'll be reading is Razorblade Tears by S.A. Cosby. So yeah, I'm gonna take some clips throughout the day, and then do a little, I guess, put the video together. You'll have to deal with me being a dad, because this is how I spend my days. With what? Who's on the phone? It's not broken. It actually isn't a real phone. So I'm gonna go read, guys. So we're outside. I'm listening to We Are Legion, which is the first book in the Bobiverse. I'm way too close to my face. And yeah, I came outside to water the plants. Aria, don't open it. You're gonna spray yourself. And yeah, so I got my little ghetto garden here, and I have a bell pepper and then some tomatoes. So I'm going to go ahead and harvest some of these tomatoes if they're ready. So yeah.
Top off and then pull it out. Woo! Okay.
I didn't do as many updates over the weekend as I would have liked. What day is today? Let's see. Today is July 12th. So I did take some videos along the weekend, but yeah, overall I didn't read a lot. I mostly just did family time. My mother-in-law came over for dinner on Sunday, and yeah, we just had a blast. And then this weekend's not even I'm gonna be so busy it's not even funny. I have a graduation party to do with my friend who is graduating college, and then so shout out to him. You're not watching this video because you don't, but way to go, dude. And then yeah, so what have I been up to though? I have been listening to an audiobook, which is We Are Bob, Legion of Bob, whatever, the Bobiverse book 1. That's what I've been reading. And I'm on chapter 44. Holy crap, guys. If you're a science fiction fan and you haven't read the Bobiverse series, do it. I already bought the next book on ebook, and I'm just gonna, or on audio, and I'm just gonna crank. I'm gonna crank right through them. They're absolutely fantastic. If you guys have any, I'll give a little brief synopsis, but if you are a Bobiverse fan and you know of where I can get maybe like a box set of the paperbacks or like physical copies of the book, I would love to own these. That's how good they are. I want them on my shelf. So absolutely brilliant. Love it. Yeah, but I haven't really been reading enough horror. I did bring Razorblade Tears with me to work, and I do plan on reading probably like 2 chapters or so, and at the end of my day here. But what else have I been doing? I have purchased these Pigma Micron pens. They're freaking fantastic for note taking. Okay, I know I'm not like a religious channel or anything, but I do study the Bible, and these pens are so freaking thin that you can like write in the, the note section in your Bible or the margin or whatever, and it's like freaking super small. So it's not taking up a lot of space, which is great. But what else have I been doing? Becoming more organized. So I did is I started a bullet journal, and I'm gonna just kind of keep track of my day to day so that I can be more efficient, because as most people in this human race of ours, I am a classic person who says, I'm gonna get healthy, I'm gonna write a story. I don't have enough time. I find that I can't get to it. I'm so busy. I'm a dad. I have to clean the house. All the typical, you just make up excuses because you don't want to face the fact that you're just being lazy and you're not putting your best foot forward. So this bullet journal is a way of me to kind of keep myself grounded and basically keep myself pushing forward. So my goals is for every month I'm going to write one story, okay? And then I'll probably edit it myself at the end of the month, and then I will have it edited by another person, or like proofread basically, where I will pay that person. They already know who they are. And then hopefully I'll have one for a first release. I already have written 2 stories, and I'm working on a third right now, and then maybe I'll get a cover going and then drop it, but that'll be fun, and then I can get ripped to shreds. I'm appreciative of it. I'm actually really excited to release something and see some negatives and see some positives. I want people to be blatantly honest, man, because I think that that's just gonna be awesome, because I don't hold back. If something, you know what I mean, I expect nothing but. How else am I gonna get better? You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of pen names, right? Like, so I'll release a story. Let's say I kill one pen name, and then I'm just gonna have to come back as somebody else. But obviously, I don't want to do that, because I want to be able to kind of self-promote a little bit, like anybody else. But so yeah, bullet journaling. Anybody else do that? Bullet journaling or just trying to stay more structured. Because if I know it's an excuse, but I really don't have an abundance of time, but I would like to be healthier, so I'd like to go to the gym more and just get overall daily tasks done. So yeah, any tips and tricks on that? But until next time, I'll probably check in tomorrow. So bye. Yeah, so I did that last video clip, and then I totally didn't tell you what Bobiverse Book 1 is starting off like. So basically, Bobiverse is this book, whereas there's a lot of humor in the way that the character is written, and basically he's this gentleman, and in the first couple chapters he passes away. He's a normal human, but he's independently wealthy, and he basically pays this company to take his intellectual property and basically freeze him until they have the ability to bring him back and reanimate him, so that he basically lives on forever and ever and ever. Basically, he comes back. There's a lot of religious humor where they poke fun at religion, which is actually, I think it's cool. It's refreshing. It's not over the top, but it's at the same time the banter that the character is having about religion as a whole is actually pretty funny, and everybody's thought that, even us religious people would get a kick out of that. So I just think that that's neat. Next, so then he basically becomes this intellectual AI supercomputer and can duplicate himself. Okay, and then they're basically, the human race is trying to populate other planets in different solar systems, and so he and all the other Bobs, the legion of Bobs, because he keeps making clones of himself, so there's just a whole shit ton of Bobs, and there's just inner dialogue basically with himself, because all these other people are himself. It's just crazy. And then they're trying to find planets so that they can take the human race, which basically Earth is kind of dying, and repopulate different solar systems. And there was this big arms race, kind of arms race-esque situation where different planets, or not different planets, different continents were trying to basically build their own force. It's just freaking awesome. Science is not over your head. If you are not a science fiction person, this is the book. This is the one to hop into, because I understand like supercomputers. Like if you understand supercomputer or like AI, if you watch Terminator, you can read that. I mean, he's not Terminator, but yeah, wow. This is enough on Bobiverse, but definitely check it out. Everyone, well, today is the next day, which is Tuesday, the 13th. And yesterday, I got this in the mail, which every review that I've heard says that this is the most intense sci-fi ever, and it's confusing. So, I've never read anything that's been like way over my head, so I really want to do it, and basically just cause myself mental anguish. So that is what I'm going to do. But what have I been reading? Well, I just now, when I was cleaning an ice machine and listening to an audiobook, I finished the Bobiverse book 1, or Boobverse or whatever there's these humanoid things out there in the world, and they call him the Boob. So what you need to know about Bobiverse is that there's a lot of humor in it, and you can tell that the author is just a really funny guy, and he has a lot of classic sci-fi fandom throughout the book. So he mentions Midworld by Alan Dean Foster, and he also mentions Star Trek. There's a character who talks like Homer Simpson. He names his cat Garfield. Just things throughout the book. It's like humorous, but serious, but also classic sci-fi. I'm all over the place here. But yeah, guys, what a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. I guess this is a reading blog. It has turned into me talking about We Are Legion by Dennis E. Taylor. Bobiverse book 1. I'm already reading the second one. I'm going to read that today, hopefully. Listening to it, I should say, not reading it. And then I will be physically reading a couple books. I will probably still be reading Razorblade Tears. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't started it. It's been busy at the house. The baby is deciding she does not want to sleep at night anymore. She has regressed. She has regressed to her state of infancy where she did not sleep. And she's a very strong baby. She can roll over at this point a lot. Like, she can pick her head up. She can, if you hold her hands, she'll stand. She's just a very strong baby. I don't know if there's something with the corona babies, but there's going to be this whole generation of like Olympic athlete babies. And now I can't get that vision out of my head of like somebody on the rings and they're just baby, they're a baby. But, so she's very strong, but she wants to lay on her stomach. That's how she wants to be. And my wife, the doctors will say back is best. So now she wants to sleep on her stomach. So now I have to like literally watch her the whole time. But she can fully pick her. I think she's fine. Back in the old days, kids slept on their bellies. But I know that science is different now. So we're going to go with what the doctor says. Try to get her to sleep on her back. But literally, she doesn't want to sleep. So I started today at 6 o'clock, work-wise. Finished one book on audio. Going to listen to another one on audio when I drive around. I'm going to my various locations. But I'm hoping I can read a couple chapters of a physical copy of a book. That would be nice. We'll see. How did I do on my tasks yesterday? I haven't even opened that, which I think I slacked at. So let's see what my tasks for the day were. Bible reading, devotions, write 200 words. I think I only wrote like 100, so I failed. But, if you're writing something, it's good enough. I ate at 12, so I did my intermittent fast. I said I would read 2 chapters of a book of my choice. I didn't. I listened, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count. I cleaned 2 things at home. I did do that. I did. And I'm making homemade mead, which is like a wine, basically. I'm making blackberry mead. And I had to put this potassium sorbate in it. And that basically neutralizes the yeast. And so that when you bottle it, it doesn't turn into a bomb. So I'm taking that very serious. And so I put the potassium sorbate in there, and I have to let that sit for 24 hours. And I added a little bit of blackberry flavoring. So, word to the wise on mead making. If you're ever like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make homemade wine. If you just decide to be weird like me, and where I have the type of mind where I like get on tasks, and then I'll do that task, and I set my mind to it, and I just go and do it. So, look for a local brew store near you. Don't go instantly to Amazon, because I could have saved a lot of money just going across the street. There's literally a brew shop across the street, and the dude really knew what he was talking about. Like, very helpful, very, very helpful. Yeah, so fantastic. So I got this like blackberry natural flavor enhancer just for at the end here, and then I'm gonna back sweeten it with this natural honey that I bought from a farmer locally. And then it should be ready to bottle. And then I'll have, start aging it, I guess, because wine gets better with age. And probably, yeah, because I'm not drinking anymore, like store-bought stuff. So I'll probably save it for like Christmas or something, and have a little, a treat for having a sober summer. So, all right. Yeah, so read to Aria, which is my daughter, and play with the kids. That's on my task sheet, because dad life is the best life. So yeah, I did that. We played puzzles. We went on a walk. It's hard to play with the baby. The baby just wants to kind of yell at you, and like, she's talking now, like babbling. So, and then time with my wife, which we did. We watched. We were watching old shows, and we watched the Impractical Jokers movie. So, you'll notice I'm going to try with these vlogs to maybe get a little bit more of my personality into it, and just general conversations, because I do have a sense of humor, and I don't know if it always comes through in my videos. And I feel like that's important sometimes on BookTube, because the best booktubers are the ones that have real personalities. So, I'm really thirsty. I'm going to go get another coffee. And I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I think I might post after this video. So, who knows what it's going to entail. But it's been a fun ride, guys. Alright, until next time.